Hey everyone, welcome back for week 2, day 5 of the yoga challenge with me, Erin Motz. Today is dedicated to all of you who are like me, who maybe want to do something kind of strong, but still are feeling lazy at the same time. So I'm calling this core work, like quick, easy core work for when you're feeling kind of lazy. So we're mostly on our backs. Yes, you're gonna work, but I promise it won't be that bad. You're still gonna get all the benefits that you want from it. So when you're ready, meet me at the top of your mat and we'll go ahead and get started. Today, I want you to start on your back on your mat. So make sure you've got space in front of you and behind you, and just lie all the way down. You can come all the way flat. Just relax the head and the neck, shoulders. Plant the feet on your mat and keep the knees bent. So, I want you to try keeping your gaze pretty much straight ahead. So as best you can, try to listen to me and try not to worry about turning your head left and right. So we're going to start with classic crunches, I guess we'll just call them. And the reason why we're not doing sit-ups, and I'll illustrate that in a second, but basically from here, a classic crunch would pretty much look like this. Your hands would reach forward, and you're reaching just past the knees, and that's about as high as you get. And if you do that with me, do it now. If you do that with me, you lift up, and you really feel that whole front part of the abdomen kind of light up, right? It gets really tense, and we're working hard. You can feel exactly what it's working. So that's kind of the classical six-pack region that we're isolating with this. And if you notice the difference, if you come all the way up into a sit-up, eventually, if you can do it in an easy breath, unlike me, eventually once you press up to past a certain point, once you get past the knees, the work kind of translates into the hips and not into the abs. So we want to keep the work in the core today. So that's why I only want you to get up a little bit. So come all the way back down. Keep the feet planted just in front of the hips. Doesn't have to be super far. If you'd rather have the hands behind the head, you can do that as well. I switch them up sometimes, so whatever works. Hands behind the head or reach them out in front of you. I'm going to time you to start here. So when you're ready, on your next breath out, you're just going to lift up on the exhale. Inhale, take it back down. Exhale, come back up. Breathe in, come back down. Keep going. Exhale, lift. Breathe in, come back down. Exhale. Let's see if you can get 10 more. 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and lie flat, hug the knees in right over the hips. You can keep the hands at the sides or behind the head, whatever works, and just kind of rock your hips forward and back, side to side. And then keeping the knees where they are, stacked at 90 degrees, you're just going to alternate extending the legs straight out. So exhale, extend the left leg, but don't let the heel touch the mat. Keep the leg lifted off the floor, and breathe in, switch. Extend through the right. Breathe in, switch. Keep going. Come forward, and switch. Left leg out. So really take your time. Try not to go any faster than I am here. And if you notice that the lower back kind of pops up off your mat, so if you kind of get a C shape in the lower back, I want you to not go as low, so you can keep the legs higher in that case. And anywhere in between is fine. Keep it going. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend both legs straight up overhead. Keep the feet stacked over the hips. Similar movement, we're just going to change it up a little bit. So on the exhale, lower the left leg, so you kind of split to an L, and then breathe in, switch. Right leg lowers. Breathe in, switch. Keep going. So same thing. I don't really care if you go slower at all. That's fine. But try not to go any faster than my pace. Breathe in, switch. Again, notice what the lower back is doing. If you feel like there's space between you and the mat, then just don't go as low. So that'll make it a little bit less intense if you kind of cut the intensity in half. Keep going. You can let the eyes close, kind of focus on something else, anything else, right? Let's go for 8, 7, you can do it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one more each way. 1, go ahead and hug the knees in toward the chest, kind of give the hips a break. You can roll from side to side a little bit. And then stack the knees over the hips. You can keep the arms out to the sides. If they're behind your head, they might get in the way. So just kind of bring them out, straight out like a T, or like goalposts, like 90 degrees on either side. Slide the hips to the right, drop the knees to the left. You can let them come all the way down for now. Keep the right shoulder back so that you're kind of just twisting through the center of the body, giving a little rest, a little twist. Inhale it back to the center. Slide the hips to the left. Your knees are going to drop to the right, and they come all the way down. So you can let them drop all the way over. Rest. Keep the left shoulder kind of pinned back. And breathe in, come back to the center. Come back so that your knees are at 90 degrees. You can let the arms come out to the sides. Either stretch them straight out or again, keep them at 90 degrees, whatever works. As you exhale, dip them to the left, but only come halfway. So keep the right shoulder back. Don't let them touch the floor. Keep the hips down, keep the right shoulder down. As you inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, take them to the right side. Don't let them touch the mat though. So you're hugging in through the center of the body. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, lower halfway. So again, keep going. You can make this less intense by not going as far down. So you can make it more intense by bringing it just barely above the mat, or you can make it less by just barely dropping it to one side. Either way, you're still getting the benefit. You're still getting the work. One isn't better than the other. Can't say that enough. Just depends where you're at in your practice. And let's take 2 more each way. 2, 2, last one, 1, and 1. Go ahead and bring it back to the center. Hug the knees into the chest, and just kind of shift your weight side to side, left and right, top to bottom. Let the lower back release, let the hips release. And take a couple more breaths here. And eventually, come back to the center. I want you to rock up to a down dog. So go ahead and rock up. Kind of slide your hips back. And not quite a down dog yet. Sorry, I lied. Come to hands and knees. You're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So hands shoulder width apart. On the exhale, go ahead and round the back, tuck the tailbone, drop the head. Inhale, pull the chest through. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, pull through. We're going to take a couple more. This time as you breathe out, kind of draw the navel in toward the spine. Really focus on cinching in through the waist. Kind of narrowing left and right. Inhale, pull through. Exhale. One more each way. Breathe in, come through. Exhale. Come back to neutral, reach the crown of the head forward. On your next breath in, extend the left arm forward, right leg back. So if this is too much, the right toes can always touch down. You can keep touching down as you need to, adjust as you need to. Otherwise, extend through the heel, pull the belly back, reach through the fingertips. I want you to open the right arm to the diagonal, the left arm to the diagonal, left arm, and right leg to the diagonal. So think of connecting the shoulder to the hip. So you're really hugging through the back side of the body. Bring it back to the center. Exhale down. Other side. I know that was tough. So extend the left leg, right arm. Hold here for a couple breaths. Extend through the crown of the head. Reach through the fingertips. Reach through the toes. Now inhale, open to the right. So right arm comes to the right. Left leg comes to the left. Hug the shoulder towards the hip. Keep the right leg stable and sturdy. And take it back to the center. Exhale down. Tuck the toes, sit up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet just a bit. Take a couple breaths. Relax the head and the neck. Shift your weight forward, come to the knees. Find child's pose just for a moment. Feet together, knees nice and wide. Walk the hands forward, take the forehead down. Inhale, take it back up. Come sit right at the top of your mat. Let the shoulders drop back. Let the eyes close. And sometimes after we do core work, even though you're contracting a lot of the muscles in the front and it shortens up a bit, sometimes it does affect the posture positively. So as you're here, see if you can kind of notice any extra strength, even if it's subtle. And sitting up a little bit taller than you could at the beginning. Relax the shoulders, let the eyes close if you haven't already. And just bring your awareness back to your breath. So not forcing any pattern, just letting it fall into a natural, easy rhythm. And as usual, you are free to stay here as long as you like. But whenever you're ready, just take a big breath in, pick the arms up, press the hands together, and exhale them right down to the heart center. And let the eyes blink open. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that one. For more yoga and other cool stuff, check out erinmots.com, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.